Okay, this is a demonstration of Visio and how we can use Visio to pull in our AutoCAD backgrounds and then create plans like fire life safety plans, key plans, exiting plans, wayfinding plans, security plans, etc. So we use the AutoCAD backgrounds and then draw on top of those to create those type of plans. So first thing you want to do is when you're in Visio, go to New Drawing, and I usually use a template category called Maps and Floor Plans, and then it'll bring up one called Floor Plan. If I double click on that, it'll open up a sheet of paper. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and set your paper size and orientation. So make sure we're set to landscape and the paper size is 11 by 17. The next thing we want to do is bring in our CAD drawing. So we'll go over to the Insert tab and click on CAD drawing. And I have all of our drawings set up on a mapping to pull in our drawings. But if you don't have that, you can just as easily type in /planon -PRD for production/drawings. Okay, so go ahead and type in that path and it will bring up the same list of drawings, and you can map that if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to go down, I'm going to select the 5th floor at 1515 Broadway, hit open, and it'll go out and pull that information together. It sometimes takes a minute to gather up all the AutoCAD information. Once it does, the first thing you have to do is adjust the scale. So go ahead and click on Custom Scale, and at 1515 Broadway, 1 inch to 250 inches seems to be the right scale that fits on an 11 by 17 sheet of paper. You'll see these CAD drawing protections. I would go ahead and uncheck lock size and position for right now, and just hit apply and OK. And that way we can move that drawing into the position on the sheet we want. So I'm just going to drag it over to preferred location, and then I'll right click again, go into CAD Object Properties, and I'll lock that in place. That way the drawing will be secure on the sheet and won't move around while we're drawing on it. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we might want to add some information on here. Visio has tons of shapes, and under points of interest there's all kinds of shapes. Here's some examples that we can use. For instance, we can use a fire extinguisher and just drag that over onto the plan, and it will place a fire extinguisher on the plan. You can scale that to any size you want. You can add text, all that kind of stuff. The other thing you might want to do is add a piece of text. So here's text box, and I can create a piece of text here and type in any text I want. And I can also adjust the text height and all that kind of stuff, and the color and anything that you might want to adjust on that as you put together your plans. Visio has endless number of shapes. So if you go into more shapes, you can see maps and floor plans, building plans, there's cubicles, there's security equipment, there's anything you might want in this application. So we will use those icons just to draw on top of these maps and create any kind of plan that we want to do. And then they're easily saved, and they're saved in this 11 by 17 format, so you can send them to the printer, you can save them to a PDF and put them up on our SharePoint site, and any of that kind of information that we want to do. The last thing I'll show you is you can adjust the layers if you decide that you don't want to see some of the information on. You can go into CAD, Drawing Object, and Properties, click on the Layers tab, and you can make any of these layers not visible. So for instance, if I wanted to turn off the furniture on these plans, I can just go ahead and hit No, and then it's going to start turning off different layers in the drawing. So as you can see, it'd be pretty easy to generate any type of plan you want using AutoCAD as the background and Visio, and just save those to wherever you'd like, hopefully up on the share drive somewhere, and that's how we're going to make these plans.